In today's video, we'll be talking about the complete process to apply to Canada as a student. This is applicable for three kinds of students: undergraduates, graduates, and PhD students. In this video, I'm just briefing about the process, but for in-detail information, you'll have to wait for further videos. For ease of understanding, I've divided the whole process into 4 levels: the university level, loan level, tuition and GIC level, and study permit level. Let's get started with the university level first. So at the university level, we have 8 steps. The very first one is the selection of the program. It depends on individual who would like to pursue their graduation in the university. Let's say I would like to pursue my graduation in computers and some other would like to pursue their graduation in aeronautics. Well, selection of the program is very crucial before choosing the university. Once we are done with the selection of the program, we'll jump into the selection of the university. Coming to the selection of the university, there are many things that people would generally consider. Let's say the reputation of the university. Most of the time, people go for the top universities. Let's say in Canada, we have universities like McGill, Toronto, UBC, Waterloo, and all. One should select the university based on the place, the environment, and the culture of the university. Well, you should first decide whether you can fit into that university or not. Once you're done with these 2 crucial parts of the entire level, you'll go with the program application. Well, the program application is nothing but filling out some formal information like your name, place, date of birth, and your address, and your graduation or undergraduation percentage or 12th percentage, and all the stuff like that, including your email address and mobile number, etc. Coming to the fee payment, to evaluate one's profile, universities take some fees. It ranges from 75 Canadian dollars to 175 Canadian dollars depending upon the universities to review one's application. Coming to the documents to be uploaded, including transcripts, your IELTS scores, your SOPs, your LORs, your resumes, sometimes the curriculum vitae. Not just these documents, few universities ask some other documents like filling up some kinds of sheets which will give them the further information on what kinds of subjects you have already gone and some stuff like that. Well, once you're done with these 5 steps, all that you have to do is wait for your decision. Once your waiting is over and you've got the acceptance, congratulations. The rest of the process depends upon the universities. Sometimes the universities ask to deposit some amount so that they can confirm your seat, and sometimes they ask to send the hard copies of the transcripts, some stuff like that. Well, this is purely based upon the university. Coming to the loans level, we have 2 types of loans, that is with the collateral and without the collateral. Collateral is nothing but some kind of security in the form of land or house or some kind of investments or something like that. So that is treated as collateral because it's a kind of security that you keep against the amount that you would apply for. And non-collateral is just an unsecured loan which will be given based upon the applicant and co-applicant profile. So these are also called as secured and unsecured loans. So don't get confused with how people call these two. For both the kinds of loans, you have only 2 destinations, that is banks or non-banking financial institutes. In terms of banks, we have SBI, Axis, ICICI. These are all public and private banks. And in terms of non-banking financial institutes, we have like HDFC Credila, InCred Financial Solutions, Auxilio, and some other NBFCs. Well, coming to the process, you'll have to select whether you're going to apply with the collateral or without the collateral. Like I said, loan with a collateral is called as secured loan and loan without collateral is called as unsecured loan. While selecting the loan or the bank or the amount that you would like to apply for, very important criteria one should consider is the rate of interest. Guys, the rate of interest do matters, because when you calculate the total amount you take for certain years, let's say 7 to 10 years, depending upon the rate of interest, the amount differs a lot. there will be a huge difference. And you might not be aware of something called as moratorium period. Moratorium period is a special kind of period which is given to students where you need not to pay single penny to banks. Guys, this is applicable only in public and private banks, and do note that you can't get the moratorium period from NBFCs. Most of the NBFCs do not give this privilege. Once you select the bank, let's say based on the above criteria that I have mentioned, you will need some documents. Let's say you have selected secured loan. In that case, you will need to have the sale deed or the title deed of the property. I'm just talking in case of land or a property, like let's say a flat, a building, or an individual house or something like that. So you will be needing the approved plan or layout of the certain area. Let's say I'm from Hyderabad and I need GHMC approved layout in case if I want to apply for the loan, and the link documents and the encumbrance certificate, tax receipts, electricity or water bills, these are all mandatory, guys, if you are applying for collateral like secured loans. If you are applying for unsecured loans, at most they ask for your ID proof, address proof, and income tax returns, yours as well as the co-applicants. It may be your father, mother, or your brother, or your husband, whoever is applying with you as a co-applicant. So coming to the processing time of the loans, most of the banks takes huge amount of time. Let's say when you compare with the non-banking financial institutes, banks take twice or thrice the amount that is taken in NBFCs. So banks usually take from 15 to 45 days and NBFCs take only 5 to 15 days. Since we are talking about Canada, the average amount required for studies in Canada ranges in between 10 to 30 lakhs. Guys, once you get the loan sanctioned and you get the amount disbursed into your account, there are two important things that you must do to apply for the study permit or visa. The first one is to pay the tuition fee and the other is to pay off the GIC. Tuition fee, you must be knowing, the college fee that you pay to the university as you have to study over there. And the GIC is a guaranteed investment certificate you'll be paying to some bank in Canada, which will be giving you the amount in return when you land in Canada. To know more about these, all the things which I'm talking in this video, you can find the links in the description below. So to pay the tuition fee, we have many ways, and I've mentioned like wire transfer, like you can send them using NEFT or RTGS, and you can also send through agents. There are some online agents which will be converting the amount from Indian rupees to Canadian dollars, because universities only accept in Canadian dollars. You'll have to convert the Indian rupees into Canadian dollars. Approximately 1 rupee 20 paisa to 2 rupees will be costing for each Canadian dollar when you're buying. As in today, ICICI is taking 1 rupee 27 paisa. Coming to GIC, guys, there are many banks in Canada in which you can take the GIC, but I prefer and I choose to take my GIC from Scotiabank because it is one of the best banks you can find in Canada, followed by CIBC. Most of the people go for CIBC because the Scotiabank is strict in terms of address details and each and every detail. It must be the same from your passport, your whatever the documents that you support or give to the bank while applying for the GIC. RBC, TD, BMO, there are other banks in which you can take, especially for those people who are applying for Canada in the Quebec province. BMO is the most popular bank in Quebec province. Coming to the last and final level, the study permit. Guys, you don't believe me, this is a hectic work you'll face in the entire process. I would strongly suggest you to go to a consultancy to apply for a study permit, because even a small mistake can be a reason for your rejection of your study permit. If the Canadian Embassy gives you a study permit, it will also include the visa, like the ETA or TRA document, which will be attached to your passport. They'll request for your passport in case your study permit is approved. Study permit is a letter which will be received in your mail when you apply with all the documents which I have shown in this. So there are mainly two kinds of applications, SDS and non-SDS. SDS is nothing but the student direct stream where students will get the study permit in 21 days, and the non-SDS is nothing but it takes huge amount of time, guys. Let's say it ranges from 2 months to 3 months. During this corona pandemic, it is taking a lot more than that, so I suggest you to go for SDS. The main difference between SDS and non-SDS is that in SDS you will have to pay the entire amount that will be costing for your study in the university for 1 complete year, and you will also have to pay the GIC. For non-SDS students, you can pay for 1 term fee and apply for the visa. So that's the main difference, and the important documents which will be needed to apply for the study permit are like the admission letter that you get from the university, and you'll have to fill the study permit application. Guys, do take the help of consultancies because this work is very hectic until unless you are sure and you do not have amount. And for those guys who can't spend amount on the consultancies, you better visit the IDP. They help students for free of charge. And passport is the most important document when you are applying for the study permit application, guys. Do note that. And the receipts for the tuition fee that you have paid for the university, you'll be needing the medical certificate obviously, and PCC. For few people PCC is needed, but do check with the embassy if it is needed to you. As I earlier mentioned, when you are applying to the universities, you will have to submit the soft copy of your IELTS results to the university. You will also be needing the soft copy over here. You need to upload it if you are applying through online. And as I earlier mentioned, GIC, the document which is needed, and other documents depending upon the country you are applying from. For people who are applying from India, they can apply for SDS. So once you are done with all the process like filling up the information and submitting all the documents to the Canadian embassy, you can submit the application and pay the fee. Once the entire process is done, you will be asked to give the biometrics. Everything went smooth. Once the whole process is done, your passport will be collected to stamp for the visa. When we are done with the entire process, there will be only one thing to do. It's just to book the flight and take off. So before taking off, there are a few things that one should do, like what things to be packed and what are the documents that they need to have with them, and how to arrange things and all. We'll be talking about that in the coming videos, so don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click that bell icon to get notified. If you like this video, just click that like button, or if you don't like video, click on that dislike button. Do comment in the comment section below, guys, if you know something which I don't know, because you'll be of great help to those who are in need of help. I have gone through the same situations and I'm making these videos to help others who are just like me out there waiting for help. Thank you very much for watching this entire video very patiently, guys. Whoever have made it till here, you've got a lot of information which is needed to apply from the beginning till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video.